Well, I'm here in the home of Alan Roxburgh, more specifically in his office, and we've been reflecting a little bit on the Missional Network, which is going to be launched shortly. Now, what is the Missional Network?
For a long time, Martin and I have been deeply engaged in what we would call the missional conversation, which is really a conversation about what does it mean to be God's missionary people again in Western society, North America, Europe, etc. So that's what missional is. Network really indicates that nobody has the answers about what this mission needs to look like, but if we can create conversations and interrelationships with many people who are seeking to experiment, we can begin to learn from one another. And that's a key part of what network is. So rather than experts telling, it's about creating these relationships of listening and discerning, of acting and experimenting. At the same time, we are learning things. And so on the network, we want to say, here are some things we're discovering and learning, and provide those as resources to others. And invite others to say, here are things that we're learning, so that they can say, here are some resources you can use and test. That's the kind of network we're creating.
And Alan, for me, one of the really important things is that it is a conversation between Europe and America. Grace Daly, the sociologist, said some time ago, the answers for Europe are not going to come from America. But of course it's equally true the other way around.
It's equally true, yes.
Europe hasn't got the answers, but there are some fascinating pieces of experimentation that are happening in Europe. Maybe they're born out of desperation. Equally well, the church has got some resources in North America that we don't have, and so that is a very interesting interface that can take place in this kind of environment.
Yeah, for example, in Germany, I meet younger leaders, very bright people inside the missional conversation, who are also inside the state church, the Lutheran church, and deeply committed to it, and working at how do you discover and discern the shape that God has out of that established church. Well, that has huge things to say to North America, where the denominations are now wrestling mightily with the end of a way of life. So there are wonderful places here of co-learning.
Co-learning is a good word, and so for missional network we could equally well say, look, this is a missional conversation.
It's a missional conversation, yeah.
And we're inviting you to be part of that conversation.
Yeah, we welcome you to be part of a growing conversation transnationally.